My car lot is empty at the moment because I've sold all my cars. My mechanic has 6 bays dedicated to getting my flips ready. My bride and I are heading out for some time together at our lake house once this episode is posted. Still, as good as everything feels, I need to have discipline to keep myself on track. If you buy and sell vehicles for a profit, or you want to, you're in the right place. This is the Flipping Genius podcast. Our number one goal is to help our listeners make more money. Every episode, we share information, ideas, and experiences of real-life car flippers. I'm Randy Lee. I'm the host of Flipping Genius. I've flipped cars most of my life. For over a dozen years now, I've been a licensed dealer. I am working to build the best podcast about successfully flipping cars for a consistent profit. Let's get to it, flippers. Discipline. About this time every year, I start dreaming about football, American football. I say American football because thankfully, wonderfully, we have listeners all across the globe, the Flipping Genius. But every year at this time, the day is July 12th, 2022. I again say that because I don't know when you're listening to it, but that's when I'm recording it. And as I sit here, we're about 53 days away from my favorite time of year, which is college football season. Love college football. And played a zillion years ago and coached a quarter zillion years ago and just love the game. And every year I look forward, of course, to my Wisconsin Badgers hitting the field and truly believe that they're going to win it all every single year. And I just look forward to it. This year is even more special maybe than ever because I'm also looking forward to my my nephews, Josh and Sam. They'll be starting they'll be college freshmen starting their college football careers, and I'm just so looking forward to what they're going to accomplish at that next level, and of course the great education they're going to get, and I just am excited about that. But the other thing that I find myself doing at about this exact time every year, if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense for the timing, is kind of a gut check, a check to see where I'm at with my goals from the outset of the year. And now honestly, I do this every day. I do this every week. I do this ongoing all the time. And we've talked about that before. I've talked about it before, and some of you I've shared this with you one-on-one, even talking about how I manage my goals and how you can do the same thing, because it's one of the smartest things I probably do, not just as a car flipper, but as a business person, as a human being, is manage, set goals, track goals, manage goals. So every year at this time, because we've just come through June and we're at the beginning of July, or pretty close to the beginning of July, so we're in that back nine of the year, to put it in golf terms. I go from football to golf, but that's how I truly think of things. But I don't want to wait until the 18th hole to adjust my game, and I really prefer not to wait till halftime to adjust my game either. So you want to make adjustments throughout the year, but absolutely at this point in time, I think it's a great idea to just sit yourself down and take a look at where you're at. And sometimes that can be as simple as taking a walk, which is something I do almost every day, or jumping in a kayak, something I plan to do this coming weekend, and just letting your mind think a little bit away from everything else, because sometimes you have to think. You can't. It's not all with a piece of paper and a pencil in your hand all the time. You gotta give your brain some time to really kind of really ask yourself, is this what I want? And God bless America. I know I mentioned this the last couple of weeks, but I love the United States of America and the fact that we have the opportunity that we have. I don't know about other countries. I hope that other countries have the same thing, but I don't think that a lot of them do, because that's why people are busting down the doors to try to get in here, because there's an opportunity for us to do what we want to do. What an amazing thing. What an amazing thing to be able to make a living doing what you want to do, what you enjoy doing, and truly have that opportunity here. So I'm saying take a gut check and make sure you're taking advantage of that to the best of your ability, based on what you want to accomplish. And I know that I am doing that right now, and I thought it's apropos to share it with you. So I take a look at my goals, and I encourage you to take a look at your goals and see if they are still the ones that you're truly focusing on and interested in. And this is vital. I mean, it's the old thing. Do you have your ladder against the wrong wall? I know I've mentioned that exact phrase before. I'm going to mention a couple folks where I get some of this information from, because that's where I got it from. I didn't dream of everything. I do dream some things up. I do have some thoughts of my own. I'm proud. I'm 61 years old. I'm not a big dummy. I do have some ideas, and that's awesome. But a lot of the ideas that I have been nurtured and adopted, and even sometimes stolen from other people who had great ideas before me. And I don't mind borrowing what they've offered and then trying to grow it from there. So if the goals that I'm focusing on are still the ones that I'm interested in, the next question is, am I doing everything that I can do to accomplish what I've set out to do? And is there anything I can do to better track and manage my efforts? And this is always key. This is right, personally, I'll tell you right now, this is where I'm at. A lot of my goals are boom, boom, boom. They're really going really well this year, including I've lost 52 pounds this year, just exercising and eating right. So excited about that. And really, I know it sounds like I'm bragging. I don't care. I'm just tickled, because I'm it's always been a battle, and this year I'm winning the battle, and I know I'm doing some good things. So I'm gonna keep doing those. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna keep on that path. The car business has been really good this year. There's some difficulties. We talked about the difficulties buying. There's some difficulties right now with people. Of course, the inflation that's out there on everything that we're buying, and you have to adjust yourself to that. But there's a lot of good things happening in my car business, and but even with that, I have to look, and the thing is am I managing my activities? Is what I'm looking at personally. So I'll just share that with you. So I'm looking at, I'm getting some results. I'm buying things. I'm reconditioning them, selling them, making the profit, and it's repeating. I'm doing some other things well in my personal life. But can I track the actions that I need to do to create the results that I want to have better than I'm doing right now? And I can. I've discovered, there's some elements that I can track better. I don't want to get overburdened with tracking. I spend a little time every single day tracking all of my actions, and I, looking at where I'm going, I realize that I can track those better, so I have a better gauge of what I'm actually striving to do. Just to give you an example, one of the things that I'm going to throw into the mix is the number of face-to-face encounters that I have. I truly believe, although I know people are selling cars online, and we've talked about that the last couple of weeks, and it's a great idea. Still, I find typically, in order for me to buy vehicles, sell vehicles, and do something that goes to my bottom line, face-to-face is where it's at. So I will be tracking my face-to-face activity more. And when I do that, it's going to go up. That's just how it is. If I pay attention to it, it will go up. So that's something I've by analyzing my own situation, I've recognized that. Now, I'm not saying that's the right thing for you. Could be, but I'm saying take a look at what you're trying to accomplish, and then think how you accomplish that. Break those things down into actions, and then track those actions. Now, I've got episodes about goals, and I've got recommendations I'll make later on how you can better assess these things. But that's pretty much the basis. And if you're like me, you can take that and run with it. I'm kind of a Cliff Notes kind of cat. So, look and see if there's anything you can do to better track and manage your efforts. If you are focusing and interested on the right goals, if you find that you're not, and this can happen, you started the year with certain goals in mind, and now you found that's not where you want to be. And honestly, there's some of that for me too. If you're honest with yourself, you're going to find some things that you just say, this is not what I want anymore. And when that's the case, you don't want to go through a whole year before you discover it, let alone 5 years. And it's easy enough to do because you keep your head on, keep your nose to a grindstone. You're grinding out. You're trying to get to that big goal that you have. And then if you discover that's not the goal that's in your heart, this just sucks, man. And that can happen. That can really happen. Hopefully you're reaching good things and you'll benefit from them anyway. And sometimes you've got to spend some time on things before you realize this is not what I want. So don't beat yourself up if you're 3 years into the big goal and you say, this is not really what I wanted to do. Because that will happen, but be aware, be self-aware, and then say, what are my new goals and why? Why are these my new goals? Your goals are going to be different from when you're 25 or 35, from when you're single and you're married. Your goals will be different when you're 55 or you're 80. I think I'm not 80 yet. Life changes, and the situations that you're in will change what you're trying to accomplish. But the beautiful thing is, you can accomplish it. You can. You just need to set goals and then track your activities and manage those activities, and you can do it. What a cool thing. What a cool thing. And I think that is one of my favorite things about car flipping. Car flipping gives us an opportunity to achieve so many things. It could be financial success, because that's your number one thing. It could be financial freedom. It could just be that you love to work on cars. Kathy Cruz talked to us a couple weeks ago, and I know she said she's always been a car person. She loves cars. And what a cool thing to be able to work on the thing you love and accomplish your financial goals and accomplish maybe other goals for your family. Let's talk more about that. I'm going to take one little break. Be right back. Okay, we are back. Whew. Tough love. And I started the thing off. I said, and I know I said one time during our a live session this week on the car flipping forum, I talked about discipline in that. And discipline is it's a scary word, isn't it? Maybe we think of getting whipped by our parents when we were a kid, or maybe we think about the police locking us up when we were a kid, or whatever it brings to mind. Discipline is not a positive word normally, but if you think of it as tough love, discipline is the thing that keeps us on the path to where we want to achieve. And what I'm talking about here is not disciplining somebody else, but disciplining yourself. Disciplining yourself to take a look inside yourself, and trying to decipher what you want to accomplish. And this type of thing, this self-assessment, is something that we should be doing on a regular basis. And I know, we're car folks, and this is the flipping genius, and I know you guys are tough guys and all that kind of stuff. But let's be smart. Let's work towards what we're trying to accomplish, not only for ourselves, but for the people we love and the people we care about and the people that work for us. Um, we've got the opportunity to do that, and it all starts with a look inside. Hey, I'm gonna jump off the track for a second. Somebody's asked me about the shirts they always see me wearing, so I thought I'd lift it up here. My company's name is Middleman Enterprises, and these are the shirts that I wear. On the back, it's got the Flipping Genius logo and our website, just like you see behind me. Oh, by the way, if you're hearing me talk like this and you're listening to the podcast is also available via video at the Flipping Genius YouTube channel. So that's what I'm referring to. But my shirt says you can't eliminate the middleman. And then down below it says, no one comes to the Father except through the Son. John 14:6. I am a Christian, and that is from the Bible. Anyway, people have asked me about that, and I wear it for a couple of reasons. One, it keeps me focused on what to do right, because you've got it right on the front of your shirt, and you got your company on the back of your shirt. It's just another, I believe, another magnification of that concept that I've talked about before of doing business in a way that you won't worry who's on the next aisle at the grocery store. And I feel by kind of putting it out there like that, it makes me feel like I'm always having to represent not only as myself, but my God. And I wouldn't feel right if I didn't share that with you. So just wanted to, somebody asked me about it. I thought I'd share that with you. And along those lines, I want to give a shout out to the guys that I study the Bible with every Wednesday, and several of them listen to the podcast. And what wonderful mentors and friends they've been, and they're across the country because we do it via Zoom. And we're currently reading the book of James, which I am not a Bible scholar. Okay, I'm learning this stuff. And the Bible is an incredible book that I keep opening up and learning things from. And the book of James is directing us to not only have faith, but to put our efforts behind what we believe in, and that's exactly what I'm trying to accomplish. That's what I'm talking about here today. And of course, you've heard that before, that the Bible has so many practical purposes and directions to it. It forever will. And that's one of the things I'm just amazed by, this ancient book that constantly is relevant. But the book of James is specifically a different approach to the Christian faith, or a different twist to it, maybe, which talks about doing good things, acts. And I find that very appealing. And I encourage you, it's not a real long book either. It's always good for me because, I have a very short attention span. But check that out. Check it out. And I want to encourage you too to study some of other great leaders that both from today and from yesterday. You pick out your own. I mean, certainly we all have our own focus on who is a great leader. Three that came to mind when I thought of this, and this guy comes to mind a lot. I told you I live in Alabama, you know that, but I am a Wisconsin Badger fan through and through. But the name Nick Saban comes up in my mind pretty frequently because of what he's done with the football program here, and the young men that play football for him here for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And of course, the fact that Nick started his career out at the University of Toledo, which is my home school, is also kind of cool. But now Nick does a fantastic job of all the things that we're talking about right here, about discipline and guidance and tracking and motivation and he is the guy that his men, his people know that if they do what he says, they will accomplish what they wish to accomplish. And as a leader, man, what a great trait that is. But somebody you can definitely learn from. Anytime Nick is talking, probably a good idea to listen. He doesn't talk a lot, so good idea to listen. Coach Vince Lombardi is the coach, the famous coach from the Green Bay Packers. He coached a couple other teams, but I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, so I would stick with that. Coach Lombardi has there's several books and several other pieces out there dedicated. He's been gone for a long time, but his messages were and are very vital in shaping my mind. And I encourage you to reach out, look for his stuff. President Ronald Reagan, I think, is a fantastic leader in so many ways. These are three guys that I think we can learn from, and that's just three that I threw out there. Hey, if you've got people that you admire, that you study from, books you've read, share it with us on the Car Flipping Forum. If you're not a member of the Car Flipping Forum, please join. It's free to join, and we don't have to share just car flipping ideas, but I love to see the car flipping ideas and experiences and that, but also share the things that that you're doing that are magnifying yourself and helping you reach your goal. And your goals help you reach your family's goals. I see a common trait in these three men that I've mentioned is a recognition for the need for discipline and faith and focus. And I think that you'll find that a lot in any great leaders, faith, focus, discipline. It just makes sense. So, today I recommend that you take inventory of your own efforts, year to date. No matter where you're at in the year, you can't hurt. But if you're following me, as the calendar goes, and we're both right here in the middle of the year, it's a perfect time to do it. And if you're on track, fantastic. But look for ways to improve. Ask yourself, am I focused on what I should be focusing on to accomplish what I want to accomplish? Am I focused on what I should be focused on to accomplish what I want to accomplish? I mean, this is kind of huge. This is why I repeated it, because the key there is want. What do you want to accomplish? So many of us, I think, get tied up in what the world thinks we should accomplish, and those aren't always bad things. But the key is to focus on what you want to accomplish. I believe that if you focus on that, not only will you find joy and happiness, but probably more success, because that is where you're probably being directed by whoever you believe directs you. So ask that question. Am I focused on what I should be focusing on to accomplish what I want to accomplish? In addition to listening to my podcast, thank you for listening to my podcast. Please, we got 128 episodes as of today. Please listen to them and share them with your friends. But in addition to that, and listen to other podcasts that are like it, that are here to direct and motivate you towards achieving your goals. In my case, very specifically, your car flipping goals. But I hope some of the things I share with you can benefit you in other ways too. I also recommend that you read and if possible, listen to others in this arena. Again, I'll give you three names that come to mind, boom, instantly. And maybe it's partly because I'm an old dude, because I know there's some better stuff out there. And again, share yours with us. My three: Steven Covey, Tony Robbins, and Dave Ramsey. Those are the first three that I thought of, besides the coaches. And I learned a ton from all three of these guys to accomplish what I want to accomplish in life. And I continue to learn from them and others. I mean, they're not the only ones that I learn from. And I would love to hear your insights on the Car Flipping Forum. or email it to me. That'd be cool too. If you don't want to share it with everybody, you can email me directly at flippingquestions@gmail.com, and I'll love to hear what you got to say. But if you haven't yet, if you haven't studied Stephen Covey, Tony Robbins, and Dave Ramsey, I definitely recommend that you check them out. I personally love audiobooks, and I've been just on a tear this year. I think I've listened to about 31 books this year, because I'm walking and driving a lot, so I can listen to those all the time. A lot of them are just purely for entertainment, but you can listen to almost anything. You can go to the Libby app on your phone. It's free, and it links your library card up with the public library, and you can get just about any book. If you're a little patient, and you might have to wait a little bit, you can get them for free. And you know me, I love that F word. So check those out, and that's a great way for you to build on what we're talking about and reach those goals. Yeah, my car lot is empty, and that is awesome. The mechanics bays are filled with vehicles that are coming, and it's kind of the perfect time because we're heading to the lake house just to hang out with my bride and just enjoy time. And I'm so thankful for that, and I'm thankful for you for listening to the Flipping Genius podcast. I'm thankful for you who make this a regular thing. Thank you so much for those of you who subscribe to our Flipping Genius YouTube channel. I appreciate that. If you haven't yet, please take a moment and click the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. If you're watching right now, easy enough, just click on it right now. That way you won't miss anything we do. Let me just be straight with you. One of my goals with the Flipping Genius YouTube channel is to actually generate income. And we've got to get up to 1,000 subscribers in order to be eligible for that. So please choose that. I try to make the videos that come on there, things that will be of value to you, that will help you make money. That's the number one goal of the podcast. Help our listeners make more money. Don't mind it if I make a little money too, though. So please consider becoming a subscriber. Please definitely become a member of the Car Flipping Forum. Just go to Facebook groups and click on Flipping Genius, and you'll see all of our groups come up. The first one will come up will be in a blue tone group, and that is the Car Flipping Forum. It's free to join. I do ask you to answer a couple questions for me so I know that you're not trying to spam everybody. And then once you get in, please participate. And those who are in, thank you very much. Those who are participating, thank you very much. There's some great guys on there, great ladies on there who are sharing some good information. And that's, man, we will all do so much better the more we share like that. I invite you also to check out the website, flippinggenius.com. If you're watching, you can see it right above my head, FLIPPINGENIUS.com. Flippin' Genius with only one G. When you're there, you can see all of the videos. You can listen to all the podcasts. You can go to our resources page and benefit from discounts that we've negotiated and other information that's there. You can see everything Flipping Genius right there in one spot, and constantly trying to update that. You can link from that to the Car Flipping Forum. You can link from that to the YouTube channel. You can link from that to friends of our program who have been on before and share more information with you. It's a great source for car flippers, without a doubt, including you can link to your local independent auto dealer association and learn more about that. And by the way, if you're going to the convention this year, if you're not going to the convention this year, if you're a car dealer, I highly recommend that you find a way to get down there. These guys they're just there to help us. They're out there to help us make more money and protect us. If I forgot to invite you to anything, just come to the website. You'll find everything there, flippinggenius.com. Thank you so much. I wish you only the best in everything you do, flipping wise. Hey, let's work together. Let's make some money. Let's all become flipping geniuses.